Remember, man does not live on bread alone. Sometimes he needs a little buttering up. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. If you want more, you have to require more from yourself. When inequality takes root, a garden of problems flourishes. Abundance is not the absence of scarcity. It is the presence of abundant mentality. Fear is the polio of the soul, which prevents our walking by faith. Create your own miracles. Do what you think you cannot do. Life provides chances to open your heart all the time. Settle one difficulty, and you keep 100 away. Strange, what being forced to slow down could do to a person. The truth isn't always beauty, but the hunger for it is. In my heart's most secret place, I pity them as angels do. By what men think, we create the world around us, daily new. Ultimate excellence lies not in winning every battle, but in defeating the enemy without ever fighting. I knew I was alone in a way that no earthling has ever been before. Just because it's taking time doesn't mean it's not happening. If those at your top are weak, your bottom will be rotten. What you do is what matters, not what you think or say or plan. Don't be afraid to say I don't know and seek knowledge from others. Remember that you are only alive now. This is the only moment you have. Embrace it. Keep the fight in your veins, honey. Never let it fade. Go slowly so that you do not bite your tail by accident. The expert in anything was once a beginner. Your life is a reflection of your thoughts. Think well. If you can feel the future, then you are about to experience it. If you are strong, appear weak, but if you are weak, appear strong. Life is all about becoming a better version of yourself. Fear is nothing more than a negative assessment of risk. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. To touch the soul of another human being is to walk on holy ground. Things don't happen for no reason. They happen to teach you something. Death is so terribly final, while life is full of possibilities. Spies are a most important element in water, because on them depends an army's ability to move. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. In order to attain the impossible, one must attempt the absurd. Thus the expert in battle moves the enemy and is not moved by him. When something can be read without effort, great effort has gone into its writing. I quote others only in order the better to express myself. To understand the limitation of things, desire them. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. When the going gets weird, the weird turn professional. I'm going to try speaking some reckless words, and I want you to try to listen recklessly. Enchantment lies in everyday moments if you are observant. The men of old breathed clear down to their heels. Distance sometimes lets you know who is worth keeping and who is worth letting go. We reveal most about ourselves when we speak about others. All wars are won or lost before they are ever fought. Almost nobody dances sober unless they happen to be insane. Education is not the learning of facts, it's rather the training of the mind to think. If I work hard enough, there will be things I can do tomorrow that I can't do today. Rewards for good service should not be deferred a single day. There's nothing in the world that breeds success like success. Behind every beautiful thing, there's some kind of pain. Forget what hurts you, but never forget what it taught you. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion that stands at the cradle of true art and true science. Feet, what do I need them for if I have wings to fly? Dream as if you'll live forever. Live as if you'll die today. If thinking should precede acting, then acting must succeed thinking. One defends when his strength is inadequate. He attacks when it is abundant. It is better to be divided by truth than united in error. And if my heart be scarred and burned, the safer I for all I learned. In war then, let your great object be victory, not lengthy campaigns. Whether we fall by ambition, blood, or lust, like diamonds, we are cut with our own dust. Prioritize your physical and mental health. They are your most valuable assets. You are never alone. You are eternally connected with everyone. It is the privilege of the gods to want nothing, and of godlike men to want little. Anything not worth doing is worth not doing well. Think about it. Growth is in a series of mistakes. That's the only way you learn. You never know who you're inspiring or uninspiring. People notice more than you think. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. Knowledge is responsibility, which is why people resist knowledge. You fall because you are human and rise because you are divine. In fact, the truth cannot be communicated until it is perceived. Even in the loneliest moments, I have been there for myself. The king is only fond of words and cannot translate them into deeds. Do your work, then step back, the only path to serenity. There is nothing frightening in the dark if you just face it. Follow your heart. Listen to your inner voice. Stop caring about what others think. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Truth is what your contemporaries let you get away with. Perfect happiness is the absence of striving for happiness. A paranoid is someone who knows a little of what's going on. All religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree. Half of seeming clever is keeping your mouth shut at the right times. The only source of knowledge is experience. We need to renew ourselves often. Even temples need renovation. In order to be yourself, you must first know who you are. Most often, you don't own your own mind. You borrow it from society. Celebrate true friends. They are a part of you that always sparkles. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching, doing as you say you would do. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. He will win who, prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared. The flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long. Men don't need linguistic talent. They just need courage and words. And regulation entails organizational effectiveness, a chain of command, and a structure for logistical support. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. The serpent, if it wants to become the dragon, must eat itself. There's more to logic than identifying logical fallacies.